Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mighty Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Goblin Charbelcher. Yeah, that's right. We're doing it. Oh, shoot. I think I should have kept that hand. Oh, well, this one's fine. I didn't see the Chancellor in it in time. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to cast some fun cards. This is a budget brew. This is under $100 in Modern, and I'll tell you what, you can definitely steal. Let's see. Are we on the play here? We can draw this, sure. We are definitely going to have some fun with this one. You can steal games with it for sure. Look at that. Our opponent didn't even have a land. They mulled to 5. So we're in the same boat here. Deck is awesome. All right. So we really hope that this Ancient Strains finds a land. It did. All right. Perfect. It did also put a Charbelcher down on the bottom and a land. That's worth keeping in mind. So what we are going to do is we are going to cast Goblin Charbelcher. We are going to kill our opponents with a Goblin Charbelcher, at least in theory. We have a backup plan of Hornet Queen if it doesn't work out. Very skillfully, I've just drawn the Charbelcher off the top, so that helps. All right, so the way this works is we cast Goblin Charbelcher, and it deals damage to a creature or a player equal to the number of cards you reveal from your library until you hit a land. Now, in Legacy, you play like 1 or 2 lands in your deck, you get them with land, grant, and so on, and eventually being like turn 2 or 3, you play Charbelcher and kill them. Now, we are not going to do that because we can't do it quite that early, but we can do this as early as turn 4. Our deck plays exactly 7 lands in it, and that means that we can just get them out, play the Charbelcher, and then win. This Pilgrimage does it. All these cards in our hand do it. Rampant Growth does it. Recross the Paths does it, while scrying your deck the way you want it. Pretty good one in itself right there. So this deck has a lot going for it, and its ability to do exactly one thing, which is cast Goblin Charbelcher and hope that it works here. So our opponent's dredging us. We'll see how bad it works. I don't have any graveyard hate in my sideboard. That might have been a mistake. We might just be faster than them, though. It's certainly possible. We have a Goblin Charbelcher next turn. That's pretty strong. Maybe I should have sequenced that a little differently, actually. Maybe I should have cast Recross the Paths first. Yeah, that probably would have been better. It's okay, though. There's a Traverse the Elven Wall. You know what that does? It gets a land out of our deck, everybody. It's exactly what we want to do. There's now just 2 left in the deck here. So I can Recross the Paths. Sure, any order. That doesn't matter. We'll keep that one on top. That's a Goblin Charbelcher. Now our opponent knows what's up. It doesn't matter here, though, because we are just going to Rampant Growth. And just like that, everybody, there are no longer any lands in our deck. It's turn 4. We have all the lands out of our deck in play. And now next turn, we're going to use this 7 mana. We are going to cast Goblin Charbelcher. We're going to activate Goblin Charbelcher. And we're going to deal our opponent 43 points of damage. And it's cool that they're popping off over here with Dredge, but who cares? They're going to get belched out. Yeah, definitely shout out to Wedge over at the Mana Source for putting this deck up. His version had Wormcoils in it, which are great as a secondary win condition you can get off Ancient Strains, but it was pretty budget, and you know what? We can go more budget than that, Wedge, and that is what we did here. We put in Hornet Queens instead, so this entire deck clogs in it under $100, and if you just want to have some fun at F&M, you can do this, everybody. You can cast Goblin Charbelcher, you can activate Goblin Charbelcher, and you can deal your opponent 43 points of damage with it on turn 5. That's how we do it. Mono Green Belcher, everyone. Now, can we win a sideboard game ever? That is a good question. You certainly can when you do it like that, and you just get to 7 mana and cast and activate it in the same turn. That said, we have made the sideboard on the fly. The original list did not have a sideboard. These are all sweet. Bramble Crush, I love this one. Sphinx, Autumn's Veil for counterspells. Life Goes On for aggro decks. That said, we're playing against Dredge. I don't really know what they're going to sideboard against us. There's not much they can sideboard against us, I think. We don't have any graveyard hate. Obviously, we're talking a budget brew here, right? I put this entire thing together. It's under $100 to get off of TCGplayer, which you can do with the link below the video. But also, it means that you can plug and play with the cards you have, right? If you have a Graph Digger's Cage, put a Graph Digger's Cage in your sideboard. Now you have a Graph Digger's Cage for the Dredge matchup, which we could desperately use. But in the interest of making this as budget as possible, which is what we've done here, I think the only way I could possibly make this deck more budget would be to cut the Kitchen Finks, which is like $5 or whatever. So there you go. This is the starting point, though. And you know, the main deck doesn't actually change that much. You probably want to play Wormcoils instead of Hornet Queens. Maybe. I don't know. Wormcoil's good, but this is the Hornet. This is the queen of all the Hornets. There are many Hornets, and this is their queen. And she brings her little army with her 4 insects with Death Touch. It doesn't matter how much money your Tarmogoyf costs if you have a 1/1 flying green insect creature token with Death Touch. Pretty good. The bees come out and they sting, and it's pretty good all around. So, all right, let's see if we can steal another game here. This hand is a Snap Keep. What's this do? If a creature died this turn, we can put it into play instead. Okay. Well, on turn 1 here, we'll search for tomorrow. On turn 2, we'll caravan. We'll probably just place a Kura Tribelcher, actually. So we'll see here. This hand has a lot of ways to get lands out of the deck, which is exactly what we want. We don't yet have the Belcher, though, so we're going to need to find the Belcher or Ancient Stirrings to then find the Belcher. Now, the nice thing we have also going for us is Haze of Pollen. Just on time right there. There you go. Prevent all combat damage will be dealt this turn. Actually pretty good against Dredge, to be honest. And it cycles in a pinch when we need to dig for our win condition later. All right, so just looking at this hand right now, we have 2 lands in it. The Search for Tomorrow is 3. The Sakura Tribelcher is 4. The Caravan Vigil is 5. The Traverse Overmold is 6. Just like that, that is 6 lands that we can account for out of our deck by turn 3 or whatever. That's pretty strong. Of course, we need to find the Belcher before our opponent pops off here. Although, to be fair, they're not doing much. They still don't have a Dredger in their graveyard, as a matter of fact. That's kind of the dream for us. All right, Recross the Path's pretty awesome as well. Now we're going to play this Wall of Roots first here. Put a counter on it to Caravan Vigil. All right, that just puts it in our hand, but that's fine. Next time we'll play Recross the Paths, which really is pretty cool. It puts it into play untapped, so we can then do that and use the Wall of Roots mana to play the Sakura Tribe Elder. So at this point, we're just digging for Ancient Stirrings or Belcher. We basically have the rest of it under control, and our opponent still, they have 1 card in hand. They still don't have a Dredger. There's a Collective Brutality. Okay, well, this is probably pretty decent for him here. Let's see what they discard. They discard something that isn't a Dredger. So they just actually have no Dredge cards. So that is pretty good for us. And they're going to take our Haze of Pollen or our Recross or our Traverse or whatever. If they actually know how our deck works, they should take Recross the Pass. Because what's really cool about this, and they did not, is that if you have no lands in your deck, when you cast this, you actually just end up getting to scry your entire deck and because you put them back in any order. So you just get to put the Charbelcher on top and draw it next turn. So that's what we're going to do. That might be the way this game is trending. There's an Ancient Stirrings. That's very good as well. So let's go ahead and play Sakura Tribelcher here. The land out of our deck. We just want to maximize this Ancient Stirring, so we may as well just, well, this is 5 of our lands. If we Ancient Stirrings now, we might hit something, and we can set up the Recross the Paths if we're then able to take another land out next turn to scry our entire deck. I think that's probably slightly better here. Perfect. There is a land. All right. So yeah, this looks pretty solid actually. We can now account for 6 of the 7 lands in our deck, and I think the way this will work. No, not necessarily. Okay, so our opponent doesn't have a Dredger, so they're actually just drawing 2 with Faithless Looting here. All right, now I do have a Dredger now, and they have 2 Amalgams, so they're going to start doing their thing. But you know what's pretty good against that, I heard? How about an army of bees? How about some bees? I've got bees that go around. That is 6 power we just put in play with Hornet Queen. Price Amalgam's a cool card and all. Stinky, it's a nice one. Sinkweed in, pretty good. Our opponent can Dredge, but what are they going to do? They're going to put a bunch of stuff into play. This will keep us alive forever, or, as it turns out, just kill them in 3 turns. And we can fog one of their attacks even. The Conflagrate will blow us up, though. That is what we have to worry about. That will eat up all of our bees. But we are 1 card that takes a land out of our deck away from just getting to scry Belcher to the top and win on the following turn. So we have a lot of good draws. I mean, our entire deck is built. We have bad draws, but even the bad draws at this point with 7 mana, we can cast them. The Amalgams are going to come back here. So our opponent is, doing it now. They're finally doing their Dredge thing on turn 4 or whatever. So we'll see what we can draw. Okay. You know what? I'm in. I am in. Absolutely. I accept. Let's clock our opponent for 6 here. Trade your Narcomoeba for an insect. Absolutely. What now? How about some more bees? That's so many bees. Conflagrate's pretty good and all. You can divide it a lot of ways, however you want, but we have a lot of bees. That is... I have 7 insects in play. What is this deck? Hornet Queen was awesome. Nice prize amalgams, bro. Or... Oh, you gonna attack? All right. How much power do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll throw 1 in front here. Just to make them do something. They have the Conflagrate. I assume that's what they're going for. Now they play land. They can Conflagrate for 5, I think. That will handle the insects, which is why I went ahead and made a block at least. But you know what? They might still die. We still have this Haze of Pollen. Also, we either draw a card that gets a land out of our deck. And as a matter of fact, if it's a 1-mana way to do that, then we just win. No, we win next turn regardless. Okay, fair enough. That'll do it. Caravan Vigil, please. Let's get that last land out of our deck. And we even get to keep up Haze of Pollen for our opponent's attack here. Also, don't I just have lethal? I think I might just have lethal. Yes, we have options. Don't have to worry about much when you have Haze of Pollen. Yeah, that'll do it, I think. Oh, I want to attack with all of them. That one too. There we go. Swinging in for 10. Are we going to get the bee kill? Achievement unlocked? Is it going to happen? Oh, they have the Narcomoeba. Okay, it's not going to happen. Fair enough. We'll put them to 1, though. And we have the Fog. The very old, powerful Fog. Ever since the early days of Magic. And we also have a Belcher next turn for what it's worth. I'll put these on bottom first. And then the rest of these... let's see. I'll put the other Hornet Queen. If something... it doesn't really matter here. Any order, please. Oh, I think I'll keep this Charbelcher on top here to clash with our opponent. Oh, we won the clash. Sweet. Who could have guessed? Pass the turn to you. All right, that's a lot of amalgams for our opponent. We just get to fog their attack and then kill them with bees. Oh, this is crazy. I did not think when I chose to play mono green Charbelcher this week that I would be winning with these Hornet Queens that were, why not? I'll throw them in because we're not playing Worm Coils. But I think that's what's going to happen. All right, let's see what our opponent wants to do here. Just gotta love beating out a fully teched out Dredge deck with your Goblin Charbelcher into Hornet Queen beatdown. What are they going to do? Sideboard an artifact removal and die to the bees? All right, live from the loam, sure. Opponent now has plenty of cards in hand for this Conflagrate, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough. They are going to die to the Hornet Queens, just like I drew it up. Or something like that, I guess. They are deep in the tank here, but I don't think there's any way to get out of it. There's simply too many insects. Best part is even if they did somehow kill our board, if they shot a Pyroclasm or whatever, we just fog their attack and then win with Charbelcher. If they want to kill our Wall of Roots and kill us, huh? Okay, I accept. I'll go to 12. You want to attack? I'm going to cast Haze of Pollen. Get fogged. Oh, the all-powerful Haze of Pollen in Modern, everyone. Haze of Pollen, Basic Force, and Hornet Queens. That's all you need, am I right? No blocks. I refuse to block, as a matter of fact. All right, everyone. That is how you do it right there. Mono Green Charbelcher getting it done. Shout out again one last time to the Mana Source for putting this deck up on his channel. It was really cool. The deck tech was a lot of fun. And you know what? I'm pretty excited to share it with everybody here with these gameplay videos. So there you go, everyone. I'm Corbin Hostler. This is Mining Modern. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.